Are you disciplining your child or are you punishing them? And how do we know the difference? And what are consequences and how do they play into this? So the words discipline, consequences, and punishment sometimes become interchangeable, even though they have different meanings. So the word discipline actually means to teach. So in the context of children, disciplining means teaching them something. It's often used proactively, and it's when you want to show a child what they should be doing. You want to teach them a lesson. Consequences occur as a result of behavior, and they can be natural or logical. A natural consequence is something that happens without any intervention from an adult. For example, if you go outside without an umbrella and it rains, the consequence of that is that you're going to get wet. Or if it's cold out and you choose not to wear a coat, the consequence might be that you get cold. Whereas a logical consequence is something that is imposed by the adult, but it is directly related to the behavior. So this could look like if a child is using a toy unsafely or inappropriately, like if they are throwing puzzle pieces at their younger sibling instead of using them to put together the puzzle, the consequence, the logical consequence for that might be that the puzzle gets put away. Or if a child spills their drink, the logical consequence would be that they help clean it up. Logical consequences always relate directly to the behavior, so it's easy to see the logical connection between the behavior and the consequence. And natural consequences, remember, happen without any intervention. It is literally just something that happens as a result of something naturally. And now punishment. What is punishment? Punishment is often reactive, and it's about seeking retribution. Punishment is seeking to impose discomfort or pain in order to change a behavior. Punishment is often more about the adult's sense of justice than it is teaching a child anything. Because punishments don't actually teach anything, they're not effective. Punishments are often totally unrelated to a behavior, so they don't make logical sense, especially to a young person whose brain is still developing. And punishments look all sorts of ways. So with the puzzle metaphor, if a child is throwing puzzle pieces at their younger sibling and an adult were to come in and say, "That's it, you're grounded," that would be a punishment. And it's not really teaching the child anything because being grounded doesn't have anything to do with throwing puzzle pieces, and they don't know what to do differently next time. Spanking, hitting, taking things away, losing privileges, these are often used as punishments, and they don't really teach anything to the child. They may work in stopping a behavior in the short term, but because the child has not been told what to do differently or doesn't know how the punishment relates to the behavior, they're really not learning anything. Except that they know they don't feel good when the punishment happens, so they want to avoid that. Or they might just learn to be sneakier and not get caught. So the best way to teach children to discipline them is to tell them what they should be doing. And if they make a choice that they shouldn't, then explain to them why they shouldn't do that. Explain to them what they could do differently next time. Sometimes consequences are in order, whether they're natural or logical. But there always needs to be an explanation to make sure you and the child are on the same page. And punishments just don't work. They instill fear into children, and they don't teach them anything. Punishments might make an adult feel better. They might feel good punishing their child, but the child isn't learning anything except to fear their caregiver or be sneaky and get away with it. But they're not learning what to do differently or what to do instead. So discipline is often proactive. It means to teach and tell your child what they should be doing. Consequences are reactive, and they can be natural or logical, and they can go alongside with discipline. And punishment is reactive and punitive and doesn't help with discipline. So, are you disciplining your child or are you punishing them? And this is not meant to shame anyone. It's never too late to change your behavior and make a different choice. And modeling how to repair and apologize when we mess up is far more important than getting it right every time as a parent.